One of my most meaningful experiences throughout high school was my grade 11 accounting class. I used to love crunching the numbers and try and make my balance sheet balance. My teacher encouraged me, and she opened up an opportunity for me to work with a real-life accountant for a whole week. Boy, did this change my perspective on accounting. I realized that digging through that endless pile of receipts and the paperwork was just not for me. And I was so glad this happened early and made me realize that it's not for me before I made any major commitments to post-secondary education. Starting early was crucial towards my success.
For students looking to find their place in this world, it is equally as important that they realize what they dislike as it is for them to find what they enjoy doing. Educators can encourage their students to explore their passions, test out their assumptions, and be a proactive force guiding them along their career journey. And it all starts with having conversations.
Career awareness for students should begin as early as possible. As a former superintendent of schools, my job was to make sure that kids had exposure to options and pathways that they could explore starting in grade 5 and grade 6 with real experiences with people in the field.
Kids have career conversations with you before it ever occurs to you to have a career conversation with a kid. And that usually starts at about the time that they have language.
I think career education would be starting in kindergarten right through to grade 12. So the earlier you can kind of start in that kind of zone of talking about, what do you want to be? What are the things that you like to do? And kids being able to use that kind of language about their self-identification will help with them then determining what they might be good at.
I remember grade 1 when you did dress up for what you want to be. I remember I dressed up as a librarian because at the time my mom was, so I had my little glasses and a ponytail and I got super into it. And then that has obviously changed a lot throughout the years. So I think elementary school is and middle school is just kind of a time to, kind of explore and experiment a little bit.
I definitely think that this conversation should be taking place in middle school. For example, for me, we didn't have that conversation in middle school. So when I was in grade 9 and 10 trying to prepare myself for grade 11 and then next year grade 12, I had absolutely no idea what classes I wanted to, I had to take for what I want to do.
So you have to have the idea of what you want to do in your head already, because right now is going to set the course for what you're going to do.
Now some of my friends are going into grade 11 and they have no idea what they're doing. I think it's important to learn once you get into at least grade 9, have an idea of what kind of cluster you want to go into, whether it's science, medicine, computers.
Because I feel like you do need some years, because it will take a long time for you to actually notice what you want to do and what you're passionate about.
And this is something that needs to be thought about a lot, so I do feel like it should start earlier than it is right now.
Well, zoologist is one of the jobs that I'd like to have, and then I've always wanted to be a hockey player, but I don't think that's ever going to really happen.
Well, at first I wanted to be a veterinarian, and then I wanted to be a marine biologist.
I remember that too.
It's changed quite a bit, but now I think I want to stick with medicine and helping people.
I became very passionate about dentistry, and then after I wanted to be a dentist, I wanted to be a brain surgeon because I watch a lot of Grey's Anatomy.
The one job that I bet every girl wanted to do was being a teacher, because that's really the only thing that you see. Every day you go to school and you see a teacher.
I don't really know job-wise what I want to do, but I definitely love traveling, so I think I'd want to do something like that, maybe go to developing countries and do something there.
Career conversations can start at really early ages, just kind of expanding the horizons for kids around what's even possible.
It's really, really natural for them. Kids are nurturing dolls. They're pretending to be adults and wondering whether they might want to be a nurse or a fire truck driver or a policeman, the symbols that they see, and they'll be talking about that too.
Encouraging your students to start thinking about their careers early is just like interest in your bank account. It builds on itself. So the earlier you begin, the better off they're going to be along their career journey.
As a proactive educator, you have the incredible opportunity to guide your students along their unique pathways. Having career conversations with your students early and often increases engagement, lowers anxiety, and increases a young person's awareness of a variety of life opportunities.
We want to hear, how are you promoting proactive practices? Tweet at Career Cruising using hashtag #ExplorePotential, and make sure to click the link below for more awesome educational tips. Thanks for watching, and see you next time.